session that is a presentation skills. So let me share my screen. So hello everybody, and we are going to start our first session, that PowerPoint presentation. And my name is Dr. Salochina, and I am working as a volunteer just to share my knowledge and whatever I have skills, so that you get these skills and apply in your skills as well, so that will be great help for your job search. So let's start with the presentation, and let me zoom it. So table of the contents are in this presentation, that what is PowerPoint and what are the basic uses of PowerPoint, that why do we use the PowerPoint,
You can participate, audience. Yes, Jasmine.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So a PowerPoint, it's a visual representation, a visual presentation of what we're talking about. So if we're making a speech or talking on about some specific subject, it's good to have a PowerPoint so that we can write like the important parts of our subject, or have stimulate the listeners visually, so that they won't get bored also.
am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So before we start the session, I want to know about you, that what you do, from which school either you work or you are a student, and what is the motivation behind this workshop, and whatever the skills you have, can you describe precisely that what you are good at, or any other activity, just like for fun purpose, what do you do in daily routine? So these are the 4 points. I will appreciate if you all one by one describe all these 4 points. So who is going to take the first share? Okay, Z. Who is Z? Okay,
Assalamu alaikum.
let's
My name
know.
is Zainab.
Zainab. How are Walaikum Salam.
Assalamu
Yes.
alaikum. My name is Zainab. I am a student. I read biotechnology. I am 19 years old, and I joined this workshop because I thought I would improve my skills by joining it, and it will be very good for me, and not just for my skills, but also my, you know, yeah, I just spend my time properly and do something for myself and for my deen and akhirah, inshallah. I'm very good at talking
Zainab,
to people.
welcome to this session. Can you tell where do you live?
I live in Denmark. Thank you, by the way. I live in Denmark, exactly in Niveau, in the north part of Denmark, of Zealand.
Okay, good,
So
mashallah.
what do
Do
you
you have
study,
other
Zainab?
skills? Do you have other skills, Zainab?
Yeah, I do have some skills. I know how to use PowerPoint and in general Microsoft. And yeah, I use it pretty much at my study
All right.
because I'm studying.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Dr. Sulush, you were asking something?
Yeah, I was asking just like what field you are in, what subject you are studying.
Yes, I'm in the biotechnology field.
Okay, biotechnology.
Yes.
So why did you choose biotechnology?
I actually chose medicine, but I didn't get in because I want to become a doctor, inshallah. I want to serve humanity. I don't want to do something people don't need. I want to do something that helps people, that is beneficial for people. And inshallah, by reading biotechnology, I will continue studying medicine, and then inshallah, study, become a doctor, inshallah.
That's good, inshallah. And who is next? I cannot. I see only two participants.
Ramin,
So
Ramin
anyone,
Fatma,
anyone can start.
Ramin. Yes.
Yes, yes. My name is
Oh,
Ramin, and I live in Sweden. And
mm-hmm,
I am after the summer. I'm gonna start in 8th grade, and
mm-hmm,
I joined this workshop because I wanted to learn more skills and socialize a little bit more, like
mm-hmm,
under the summer. And my skill sets, I draw and cook, and
mm-hmm.
kind of good at writing stories and stuff like that.
Okay, Ramin,
And
I would
yeah,
like to tell you, I would like to tell you, I received your all the pictures you shared with me, and inshallah, I'm going to call
yeah,
you because you are going to present your cooking skills. Got it? Ready for that one?
yeah, okay,
Inshallah. Okay.
yeah, sure, inshallah.
Who is the next participant?
Jasmine.
Jasmine, Wani. I remember Jasmine, I think,
Yes,
Uh,
in
she's
the
our
last
old
class.
student. She's our old student.
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
so, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jasmine Wani, and I'm 17. I'm in 11th, going on to 12th, and I specialize in economics, economy and geopolitics and maths. And I live in the south of France. And I'm good at, I guess I'm good at making PowerPoints and photography. And I've also made some movies, short films.
So, have you any short film that you or any movie demo that you can share with us?
Uh, yes, well, yes, but it's not probably relevant to this class because it was for a lady and it's about essential oils.
No, it is relevant
Okay.
because in video making, of course, I we have written it, but our plan is by PowerPoint. But if someone is good video making in other way, they can share it, even small thing, no problem. Like right now, I told to Ramin and other girls for the photography. So yes, if you have skills, you can share it, no problem.
Okay, guys. Good to know. We have till now three participants. Who is going to be fourth one?
Aisha Abdullah, Aisha Muhammad. All right. I think.
Nobody else doesn't want to introduce, or we should proceed.
Are you sure? I think she's away. Just you proceed.
Okay. So, as we know, this like Zainab already discussed that what's a PowerPoint presentation. Microsoft PowerPoint empowers us to create a slideshow with the description that is a precise, and it gives a powerful presentation skills to share our ideas. So what happens is like if we have something in mind, so when we have audience in front of us, that how we communicate our idea, that this is the best tool that gives us to write something on a side or on a heading, on a title, along with the picture or the table or any other animations. Using other tools, we can present our ideas in a better way rather than just like speaking it. So that's why it is widely used in business or in every profession. This tool is preferred. So today we are going to make simple PowerPoint presentation, that how we can take or what are the tools of and what are the basic layout of the PowerPoint, and we will go step by step, and you have to follow on whatever I'm doing. If you have, I'll be appreciating if you have a PowerPoint open or you have computers and you practice along with me. And one thing more, just like this course is only for beginners, so it is not on the intermediate or advanced level. So this is only those people even don't know about the PowerPoint. So we are starting with this, and in future, maybe we are going to have an advanced level if we got a chance. So let's start with the PowerPoint. Uh, so I have to get out of the. So what happens when you go uh, in Start menu and you have to write PowerPoint? So you would get the PowerPoint. Either you have whatever the version you have, that is to I have right now in this computer 2016. But whatever PowerPoint version you have, it's good to go. And just click on that one and it will open this preview. You would see these are my old PowerPoint presentation that I made at my work, or these are different that I am working on this presentation right now. And from that, if you want to take any layout, you can select from selecting these layouts. But if I prefer, just like when mostly I prefer to go with the blank presentation, and if I need to get the design and I can change the layout. So are you following me all? Hello?
Yes.
So everybody is working on, or you're following with me, right? So when we start with the PowerPoint presentation, so this is called a ribbon. So these are kind of menus, file, home, insert. So if we go, I have to save the presentation. It will help us to save, for example, either I have to go in a browse and it will tell you the option where do you want to save this presentation, either on a desktop, documents, where you want. But right now I don't wanna. And after that, excuse me. So this is the same preview that we had in our presentation. So this is the layout that we were looking at the beginning. So this is file, we were looking at the save option. Then if we go in the home, then these are the tools we have. If I have to insert the slides, if I have to change the slide, that we are going to work on, just I'm describing. And if I have to insert any kind of table, or I have to show new slide, or I have to insert shapes, I have to insert any picture, I have to add any chart or any kind of shapes, I have to add any hyperlinks. These all tools help us to make animation in the slide. Then comes if I have to give the background, just in the start we were looking at, we can change. So from here as well, we can select the background. For example, if I take this background, and it would be applied in all slides. But we are not going to do it right now, so I'm going to keep it plain. So if we change, and then there are other sub tools that we can modify the background, either the different color in selected. So after that, we have another ribbon, that is we have to make animations. Or yeah, along with that, we have just like if I want to see these words, the sequence, not all together, one by one, then we use animation. And slideshow is a similar that we have over here. And along with that, we have to review another, if just like effects, either font, translate, we want, but we mostly don't use in a PowerPoint. So these are all that in PowerPoint we see and work on. So starting with our this slide. So this is a slide. For example, if you start it and this is a title page. So it says click to the add title. So if I say PowerPoint presentation, right? So we got the title, and if I want to write what we say skill development. So here is our title page. So now we see that we have, whenever we have to give the heading, and this is a
Dr. Saloch, sorry, I'm interrupting. Actually, you cannot
yes,
see
ma'am.
what you're typing. You cannot see it. First, the design you were saying it was visible to us, but right now the typing you are doing, we cannot see it.
Okay, let me.
Okay, a student you can do like this one, like Dr. Saloch said, because in what I know, in um, in PowerPoint, when at the Zoom, when you are teaching or showing some things, some areas we cannot show PowerPoint or by the Zoom. So when Dr. Saloch is telling you, so if she say insert and go this one, then hopefully you will see. And yes, of course, yes, now it is visible. We can
Okay,
see.
so let me restart. Just like I have to Control Z. So when I have to delete, and we can use Control Z, and I have to, for example, this is the title, this is the PowerPoint point presentation. So, and in this, I'm going to say skill development. Skill development. So here we have the title page. So how this works is like now I have to, here we see we can insert the new slide. So I simply can click on to add a new slide. But what happens now, I don't know which layout I want. So if we see here, so we have different slides. So this is the title page, we are using slide. And right now we got this one. But in case I want a slide that should have a picture, or simply should have the second slide, we want to have a title along with little bit bullets and the sub-headings. So I would be choosing this one. So here, if I say table of contents, that is just like agenda, what I'm going to talk about, what is the material included in the presentation. So we have to give that title, contents, sorry, contents, and here we can add what's PowerPoint, then why we use PowerPoint. So this is our second slide. Now what happens is like when we are done with this one, now I have to describe these parts because I am talking about that these are the points I'm going to discuss about these points. So now I have to describe now what is the way that I can insert the slide. So the third slide, I'm going to change the layout. For example, I have to take this slide having on the left I can write, and on the right I want to add a picture. So here you see in this slide, this is a title portion. You can add a title, and these are the sub elements in that one. Just like if you want to add a table, you want to add a chart, you want to add any shapes, you want to add any picture, or you want to add any hyperlink to going online. So these are the simple tools that help us to add, but mostly we don't go for everything that is, but we want to have that helps audience to understand in a better way, and that is not too much complicated as well, but it's attractive. So for example, if I say that is bird, mm, the nature, we say nature, right? And if I have to insert a picture, so I can go on the right and I can search the picture going in the desktop because my picture is there, and this is the picture I have to insert into the slide. So here is our picture. Guys, if you have any question, you can raise your hand and you can ask anytime. Because this is kind of a trial and error, it's not perfection. Few people they might be good in that one, but we are here to share and learn. So if you have any question, if you don't understand, if you cannot follow on, just ask me so that we can move properly and in the same position. So any question? Nobody is talking, that means they are good. So now if I have to write sub, just like a bird function, if I write, if I say food, what birds eat, or the reside, whatever I want to write, and I can include in that one. So just like I want in the nature, I say these are the birds, and what are the function where, and I have to describe about this picture that and or reside, or what we say the other option. Any idea that I should add over here? Zainab, Ramin, nobody is talking.
Yes, miss.
Yes, so I was asking what, according to this picture, what you want to describe more?
A bird, wife, freedom,
Yeah, okay. What else?
peace,
Nice. What else?
creativity.
Right, good. So thank you, Ramin. Or no, who was that one? Zana? Okay, Ramin raised hand. Ramin?
Yeah. That bird, it kind of reminds me of like life in like a peaceful way.
Yeah, we have added a piece. Yeah, that's a good idea. So now what happened, just like the first presentation slide, what we added, that is a title, that what we are talking about. The second is subtitles that we are going to add. Now in this tool and into the home ribbon, we saw that we can add new slide, we can change layouts, or we have to change the font size that is here. So mostly we prefer to have 44, but if you want to change, it's up according to your choice. The sub points, the font size, it depends, might be 28, might be 32. It's up to your choice. So we can select that one. Along with that, if you want to make it bold, you can do it. Or if you want to change any font style, so you can go for that one as well. So this is, and after that, if you have to change the heading, it should be in the center. So these are just like simple tools we use in MS Word as well. We have already bullet. So if you want to change the bullet, whatever the style you want, but in the heading we don't have here. If you want to change any bullet format, so you have to select and you have to add these different bullets to add in the slide. But this is a default setting that you open and you work on, but it's up to you that whenever you want to. Now if here what happens, this is white color, the white background, and if I want to keep it plain, but if I what happens is like if I take it to add any design, so when I go for any design, so if I take for example, here are different designs. You can go and select any design that we want to have. So if I take for example this blue color, so it would be applied on all slides. So what happens that the style we are selecting, but the way we wrote, it may not apply to the way we did. So we don't like. So the better idea is whenever we apply, so before starting, if you want to change, and you should select the design, otherwise it can affect on your the writing. So this looks good, but the first presentation you have to make changes according to size or whatever. So, and if for example, we can resize it, this is 96 and we go for 44. Okay, so this is kind of a thing, but when we go for the design as well, then we have sub templates as well, that either I want, even I selected this style, but from that style do I want to change another color, either orange or gray color or this color. So this is a subcategory of these selective themes. So again, if we want to change any other color, so we have other tab as well to customize the effects according to the color scheme. Or if we want to change the style that we did already in home tab, but here again we get the same, or effects we want to give, so we can apply these effects on the slides as well. And this is about the design. And after that, just like when we have a picture inserted in this one, so if we go here and we click on the picture, so here we have different styles to give a border to the picture. So either I want to give the white border, either a little bit thicker one, or I want to give off-white color border, or with a shaded border, or with the black border, whatever we want to add. So we have these kind of animations to add in our slide. Which one looks good? Huh? Which one looks good? Girls, you seem like you are too busy. Nobody's interacting. What happened? Are you doing something else as well?
Yes, open your
Huh?
mics and participate in the session.
Nobody is talking, nobody's participating.
Yes, I am also looking at Rami, Jasmine, Sahar, Isha, Shumaila, Zainab. Do you understand what she is teaching? Doctor is teaching to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
So are you following on or what are you doing?
Zainab, Seher, Shumaila, Rami.
Yes.
Only Ramin is talking. What about others?
We're here, or I am.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
they are live.
Yeah, they are live. I can see live, but I just like absent-minded. I just like you need to participate. See, whenever I join any session, I want this time like a socializing time. We are here as a team, and if we have to learn and share, for that we have to interact. If you don't interact, it's kind of you read online something and you don't talk. It's kind of so better thing when you have a live session, you have to talk so that you increase your community. You socialize with other people, you know about other people, and you make connection with these people. It's not just taking a lecture and just like, for example, I am when I take my data science courses or when I teach to someone, then what I do, I go and I add to LinkedIn. Or if I have to need some help and I can ask them, I can guide them. So this is the way we work on. So you are at the learning stage, so you have to think as well, not just like as a class lecture that we go in the school, we got a lecture and that's it. Don't be just like limited in that point, but be think about the broader view that what is the purpose that I am interacting with this person and what would be the help in future as well, right? Right or no?
Right.
Right.
What right? Explain.
What right? Explain.
That you have to interact.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is I was telling about here. So if I have to insert, this is about the picture. Even we can crop this one, the background if we want, but in the future we can do in detail that if I don't want the blue background, then how we can cut this background and only put this bird into the slide. So after that, just like let's go back and I have to insert another slide and I want to add comparative analysis. Sorry. And I have to, and I want to add this analysis. Okay. Here you see it says the click to add title. So for example, I say the same slide we have. So the nature we are doing, and I want to give subheading. And I say analysis, and here I say the result or whatever, or picture, whatever. So we are going to insert the same picture, right? And if I have to insert here the table with the column 5 and rows 3 or 4, okay. So here we got this table, right? So for example, if I have to add this number, and this is age, I add, or it's just like status, then I add food and category, right? So now I have three observations. One observation, that means I am testing two or three categories of animals. And I say it's might a baby, or if I just categorize into teen, older, or depends on, or according to age, I can say 0.5, 5 months, or 1 year, 3 years, sorry, 3 years. Status, it's a bird, or here it's just like not a bird and bird. And food, it's a grain, is just like we say grass, or this is kind of grain. And the category is just like in category we can write in category we what should we add? It's okay, we can say white, and that is kind of brown, and this is kind of white. Okay, so if we have to analyze such kind of a theme, then we can just categorize according to, and this gives a description that if we have to analyze and analyze something, so we can compare that what picture we are showing, either whatever we are describing, it is resembling or not. So this is kind of analysis. So when we have in data, what I have, for example, a company and I have some results, and I say this person, it will has it he has the age of this one, and he lives or works in bank, or he just like when he has a less income, he is not going to get the loan. Or the second observation, that has a more income, that is going to get a loan. So when I show the result, that when I do a model and or any picture that of the model, when I show it, that this data helps to analyze that whatever I am seeing, either this data is telling right or not. So in this way, I can share, if I can open my Power BI. Let me see if I see share. I don't remember with that. So just sharing that what we do when we analyze our results in PowerPoint. Until it opens, let's go back to our presentation. So here what happens that when I have this table, I can change the color scheme. If I want to change the color scheme, whatever I want, or even I have more categories in that one to change the color style, whatever I want, or that is professional or whatever you like. But I mostly go with this color scheme. This or light colors that is good to have in your professional life. So this is the table, and you can change the font as well. You can make animations according to, these are the tools. We can change the font styles, or even if I want to, okay, let's go. It's a bit slow. Okay, this is one thing that I wanted to show, and second comes that if we have to add shapes, so for example, I have to insert another table here. So just any headings, or even I can add this table and I copy and paste over here, or I have to insert any text box. So I can just drag and drop and I can click on that one and we can get a styles and write according to our white, and I can inside uh, so these are the styles. If you want to change, it's up to you that whatever you like and do it accordingly. So this is a simple technique, just like I was telling, that if you know simple things and just format your presentation, because in presentation, what happens when we work in the presentation, it shouldn't be too having words, too many words. This does not help to explain, because when we have to explain one by one, just like you see, I have 4 or 5 points. It's easier for me to see and grab that what we are going to talk. If I add 10 points, but for that I have to make just like what point, and because if you put so many things that it distracts the mind of the people that who are watching your presentation, and you till you complete the whole presentation slide, and it will the people get fed up. So it should be simple, having few points and describe that one, and add the image or animation that helps to understand, and it attract to people to stay on your presentation. And these kind of analysis, right, rather just writing these points, it's good to add the descriptives or any analysis that you have, just add along with the picture that helps to understand the audience. And in the end, definitely we add the other slide to have a question answers or having a thank you slide. So whatever the topic, this is all the agenda when we present, that we have introduction, then we have table of contents, that is the agenda of the presentation, body of the presentation, what are the if you are doing analyzing, the
Uh,
methodology.
excuse me. Thank you very much. Very informative. Can you do a favor that the students, because these are young group, they are going to have jobs in the future. Can you guide this? Like, of course, they are going to give the presentation in markets. I mean, where they are going to work. So please tell them about what type of presentation must be. It must be simple, and what should be in a presentation in PowerPoint. Of course, they know. I know this. All they know, but they don't know how should be a professional presentation making. I mean, they are making, of course, I have given many times them tasks, but when, inshallah, they are going to their jobs, of course, they are studying different, they are in a different fields. So can you make last slide where you told us thank you or what ending? So that's very good, that
Okay.
title and the points, then body and little explanation, and give the final slide that they can understand in the future they are going to give the presentation, the how it must be, what should be the theme, light or heavy. Like for every presentation, different presentation are different. Like for company, for the kids, for for the education purpose, for crafts, the presentation varies. But what about the profession
Yeah.
presentation? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sister Iman. Actually, when we are working in a professional life, so we don't prefer to have just like this theme I'm using. This is not kind of appropriate for business language. So when we have, we need to use light colors. We can use the contrast with the light color, but we cannot put the overall this one, because in my office we mostly prefer white background. White background having this table, for example, it could have a color scheme contrast of the light orange or the light yellow, but these kind of colors are not preferred in the practical life. Yeah, when you are going the craft, so there we play with the colors. So it's kind of when you are drawing, you have audience that love to have color, then you can use. But when you are even in a profession, then you would prefer to have a professional style to add on these slides. So the font size, the color scheme, the way of interacting with the presentation, these things matters a lot. So the color should be light. The font size, that is the title, it is mostly 44, or subheadings. These are kind of 32 and 28. But it's up to you that what kind of the style you're choosing, and you can change accordingly. And the format of the slide is just like we have all the time. It's a principle. Even we live in our communities or where that we have to add greetings in our slides. So greetings, that mean we say in our cultures assalamu alaikum, hello, hi. So starting your presentation, then we after that we say something about what we want to share and what we want to add, and in the end we say thank you, Allah Hafiz, right? So these are the things, these are compulsory, and these are count in your manners, that what you add in your presentation. That helps. It's not just like compulsory, but it shows that what kind of a person you are and how you greet other people. So these are mandatory and you have to add in the presentation. So it's up to you, just like you can change this one, and after that this slide before you add it, and you have to add question answer slide as well. It's a good tool because you need to interact, you want to make it simple. It's up to you that what you want, but try to make it light color. It shouldn't be darker when you are just like you are presenting something. That's a good. So I hope this will help you for today's session. And Sister Iman, whatever you had a question, and that would be answer to your question.
Thank you very much. So nice of you. It is really informative, and that was excellent. If these students, as I always believe, the quality rather than quantity. So our efforts was the what I targeted, that I want to give my students some skills. These skills they can apply their professional lives. So yes, if anyone has any question, they can ask. Otherwise, we are going to end the session.
Or any suggestion, girls, if you want something different, any opinion, that in second session what do you want to have, and that can help me to what kind of the things we can add in our session. Or if